love Sunday roast. It's a fundamental part of my week. So I'm going to show you a little twist on Sunday roast. This is roast chicken with a bit of an Asian influence. I'm going to be using tamarind for a marinade, and on top of it, don't worry, there's plenty of gravy using coconut milk. So to start with, we need to do a marinade. So in a small blender just like this, we're going to be adding some flavours. So to start with, 4 whole cloves of garlic, they go straight in there, along with about a 3-centimetre piece of ginger. I've just peeled that, and just to give our little food processor a hand, I'm just going to cut that into 4 or 5 pieces. We've got some coriander here, and I need about half a bunch of coriander, and we're just going to cut that in half. Stalks and all for this. There's loads of flavour in the stalk, so they go straight in. And tamarind paste. Tamarind is really unusual. It's actually quite sour when you taste it, but of course when you mix it with these Asian flavours, I mean, it's just delicious. But you do need to remember you need to balance it out because it is so strong. So I'll be using some soy sauce. So in it goes. We've got about 2 tablespoons of tamarind paste, along with 2 tablespoons of ketchup mayonnaise. Now you can use plain soy sauce for this, but I love to use ketchup mayonnaise because it's slightly sweet. And again, when we talk about balance, that works perfectly. So 2 tablespoons straight in there. We need to pop just a little bit of water in there just so it all comes together nicely. Lid on, and we want to give that a good blitz. All right. That is looking good. All these flavours just work so well together, and I can just tell straight away that this chicken is not going to be like any other roast chicken. So, speaking of chicken, we need to start adding the marinade to it. So we're just going to open this. Use a good quality free-range chicken for this. Ensure that it's quite dry. If not, just pat it with some paper toweling. So now we have to loosen up the skin, and I start from the neck, and we just very carefully, because we don't want to break that beautiful skin, we just want to separate it from the breast there, like so. Take your time doing this, and it's ready to go. So, of course, very clean hands. We're going to get some of that marinade and pop that straight under that skin, just like that. And with your hands, carefully spread that around. So you can just imagine when that's cooking in the oven, it's going to infuse that beautiful chicken breast there. And of course, it's going to ensure that that chicken stays really nice and moist. And we're not going to waste any of that marinade, because all we do is pop that straight in the cavity there, and that'll help with giving us extra sauce right at the end. So in that goes a few more ingredients. I've got some kaffir lime leaves here. If you can't find kaffir lime leaves, you can use some lemon leaves or some lime leaves. So I've got 3 in there. I'm not going to chop them. They go straight in. And just a few wedges of lime. So if you have some time, what I would suggest is placing this in the fridge, marinating it for about 2 to up to 24 hours. But in this case, I'm going to cook it straight away. So I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees. And we want to cook this chicken for about 1.5 hours to 1 3/4 hours. After it's cooked, I'm going to show you the best gravy using coconut milk. So our beautiful chicken is cooked. Of course, we need to allow it to rest, so we'll take it straight out of that tray onto a clean board. And now for our sauce. So let's take the rack out. And instead of putting it in a pot, we're just going to finish the sauce off in the pan. So onto a medium to high heat for this. Now for the coconut gravy, we need around ½ a cup of coconut milk here. And you can see it's just starting to boil now. So we'll just give that a really good whisk and just detach all those beautiful sticky bits. We'll take the whisk out and add our ½ a cup of coconut milk. And essentially we're just warming that up, and you'll see the beautiful colour here. This is definitely a modern gravy, and the flavours just work so well together. Because tamarind is quite sour, By adding that coconut milk, it really mellows it down. And you can see how fast that's thickening up. Bring that over here and we can start carving our chicken. And by resting it, you'll see it just comes away so easily from the carcass. So I'll just plate up one for today. I've got some rice here, which is a perfect accompaniment for this. Pop that straight in the middle there. We'll add our chicken Maryland on top and we'll spoon over all those beautiful juices. Just get a big spoonful and just dribble that over. Yum. Last but not least, we can add a little wedge of lime just on the side there. And because we did have coriander in there, and I love the flavour of coriander, just a sprig of coriander. And that's as easy as it is. Roast chicken, jazzed up for Sunday dinner. Give that a go, served with rice and that coconut gravy. I promise you, you won't do gravy any other way now.